here I am in the kitchen again with Mama Lou.
And see, I don't like you with all the films.
Okay, okay. I
I'm
mean,
sorry. Don't worry. Just keep away from the fumes. If you have all your shades, but still, no.
okay. Away from the steam. I really am away from the steam. I'm not affected here.
Right.
So what we having for lunch today?
Stew pork and melon jam.
Sounding good.
I can give you, I can hold this.
Yeah, let's switch camera. Flip camera.
Flip camera. Some new, nice new pork and
Look at the camera over the steam right then.
pork and melon jam. Nice fresh melon jam bought from the man who comes around, Ronald and his wife. Stew pork, but the stew is with coconut oil and honey. Caramelize, put in my pork, and then put in my melon jam and some good hot rice. Quick thing now, I went to the grocery, so you find that I'm trying to hustle lunch, you know. Nancy likes his lunch at 12 o'clock. It's now 20 to 12. So, I on. The way a man had a true stomach, you know, never forget that, you know, girls. Never forget girls. Make sure you wait a man had his true stomach.
True stomach, boy.
Make sure and feed him and treat him with tender loving care. And don't forget, that melon jam and pork has a cup full of love.
Cup full? I had a cups full of love.
Yeah, well, by the time it reaches the table, it'll be cups full of love.
Thank you.
So you, darling,
Yeah.
stay far from the kitchen.
Yeah, staying far from the kitchen. What I want to do though, I want to talk about our visit to my brother yesterday.
Okay, well, I will come and join.
You'll join me?
Yes.
Okay, what happened is I went to see my brother yesterday, and he is 83 years old, and in July he moves up another year, and we were talking about being the last of the Mohicans. But that is an expression really, that is an expression that we used to use in Caura, you know. The last of the Mohicans really would be, like, you know, a family is big, and then some are dying, and then maybe you have 2 or 3 left, and when they would gather, they would say, well, we're the last of the Mohicans, you know. I don't think youngsters these days know anything about the Mohicans, right? I don't think they know anything about the Mohicans. But I did a little kind of research on it, and it says that Last of the Mohicans is based on the 1826 novel by James Fenimore Cooper. It's a work of fiction and not a historical account. But the novel focuses on the French and Indian War. The Last of the Mohicans is said it's about a work about race and the stress of overriding racial divides. Now that question of overriding racial divides could obtain in any society where you have ethnic groups and there's a lot of racial divides. But love conquers everything. So therefore you find people getting together and disregarding, the obstacles to prove that they are in love and whatnot. And it's important really that where there is true love, that the racial divides could be overlooked, and that there could be not only overlooked but overcome. And in this happening, we can have a more unified society. Of course, old traditions sometimes hold so fast that things are difficult to overcome. But nevertheless, The Last of the Mohicans really is about overriding racial divides. That is, the gurus of the movie world, they have interpreted the book in that way. But in the book, there's a man called Hawkeye, and there is a Mohican. Hawkeye is a Caucasian, and this man, I can't pronounce his name too good, Jingakuk or something like that. He is of the Mohican tribe, and together they are trying to rescue the daughter of a British officer who gets caught up in the tumult between the French and the Indians during that warlike period. So, Hawkeye, I would like to take that name for myself, Hawkeye. After my cataract surgery, I would like to call myself Hawkeye. To see Louis a little clearer, El Mamalu. My name is now Hawkeye. Yes, Hawkeye, Hawkeye. I got it from the Last of the Mohicans. Okay, so the Last of the Mohicans really is a stirring love story. It's a stirring love story that also highlights the massacre at Fort William Henry about 250 years ago. And it is said that there are a lot of descendants of those officers who are, they are alive and they're sensitive about the period of that war that took place. But remember, Cooper's work is not a historical account, but it is set in that period. So it's like when you're doing a story, actually, you get bits of fact and you get bits of fiction coming in. Like in the Ghost of Caura, actually, there are a lot of facts in it, and there's a lot of, imagination. Yes.
I am trying to put on the table. Oh. So we could sit down and chat.
Well, if your food takes too long to get to me.
No, but it's only 11:45.
Right, but I can't chat that long.
You have your chat.
Yes, good. Mama Lou is trying to make some arrangement there, whereby this food will arrive in my lap, perhaps even before 12 o'clock. We have at least 15 minutes to go. But you don't need to hustle, Lou. Louis, you don't need to hustle, darling.
Right, 10 minutes.
Ah.
I've given you 10 minutes to do what you have to do.
And then, okay, right.
We sit and chat.
Very good, very good. Yeah. So Mama Lou wants to sit and she wants to eat and she wants to chat. Very good. So we're going to work that plan. In the meantime, the story of the Last of the Mohicans is that Hawkeye and the last of the Mohicans, Chingachgook, they must rescue the British officer's daughter. So I guess the love story will flow at that point. Now, in the old days in Caura, we had the Corby family from Digger Martin will come up to Caura. And they died one by one. And when you would meet, you would say, boy, the last of the Mohicans, because that was a period when that book, that novel, passed between our fingers. It was shared in the home, in other homes. So I guess that a period back in the 60s would be when this Cooper's novel would have been a real hit at the time. So when we meet, we would say, the last of the Mohicans, boy, we're gathering together, the last of the Mohicans, last of the family. It didn't matter if it was the Singh family or the Batiste family or the James family. The fact is, we're the last ones. So yesterday I went to see my brother Lennus, and he was all enthused about doing this thing. I had mentioned, hey, why don't we do a little series called The Last of the Mohicans? And he did not explicitly say, yes, let's do it. And I left it open to him when we got there yesterday, evening, Louis and I. And he said, what about this Last of the Mohicans? And I was ready for it because he was ready for it. And the point is that I wanted to know what was Caura like, what were his days like when he was younger, what happened in the village, what happened in Tulapuna as his stomping ground, what happened in his work life, how he traveled, how he dressed, what was it like to work, to go into your own business, that kind of thing. And Lennus was very good to me along with my brothers, the other brothers. We were 7 boys, 4 girls. And he and I and 2 girls living abroad, we are the last of the Mohicans, you could say. And therefore, it's imperative for me to kind of recount things that took place with us. For instance, I remember when I was about 10 years old and Lennus would be driving the Peugeot. We used to say Peugeot, but some people came and they said, no, it's not Peugeot, it's Peugeot. Okay. It was gray colored. And when he would drive through Caura Junction, people would say, there goes the Flying Dutchman. He was kind of heavy on the pedal. But he encouraged me at the age of 10, I think it was, to sit next to him when we were going up Caura Road, and I would side steer the car. And gradually he would mash the clutch and I would change the gears. So I started to drive at a very early age, the age of 10. And I tell you now, when I see youngsters on the road driving and they're hustling elderly folk, I think it's bad manners, because they don't have the kind of experience that elderly folk have. They're impatient with elderly folk. And I think this is a discredit to youths and the kind of respect they will show to the elders. However, Lennus was very good to me. And I remember going to the store and seeing him there. He worked at Miller Stores at one point, and the camaraderie he had between Joseph and Mr. Wade and Mrs. Brown and whatnot, and Mr. Brown. And we had Mr. Clark, who was the receiving supervisor of material. What's that man's name again? Mr. Houllier, if I'm not mistaken. He was in charge of transport, I believe. Miller Stores was a very old-fashioned store, perhaps modern in its time, of course. But Lennus was, and Cedric, my brother, they were good to me. All my brothers, Bertram, Errol, Owen. I didn't know Desmond too much. He died at the age of 27. I was just 8. But I remember him being a quiet man. And I sent out greetings to his 2 daughters and grandchildren now his wife Lucille is deceased. But they were also very good to me. And then I had my sister Claudia, and then we had Linda. So it was necessary, I felt yesterday, to ask Louis to accompany me to Lennus's place. And there we had a quiet evening, very quiet evening, and he recounted things. When I had the truck and I was working and I was short of a laborer or a companion on the truck, Lennus came and we worked together. And he would accompany me to Point Fortin, wherever gas stations to deliver lubricants. And we had good days towards the end. I tell you these things because I don't know that we touched those subjects during our little discourse yesterday. But I felt it was important really to...
Here I come.
Oh, here comes Mama Lou. Mama Lou intends to really make me love her more, you see. So we are going to... Mama Lou. Okay, brother.
You want to wait up?
No, thank you. I'm okay. Maybe, yeah. Mama Lou. Hey, Mama Lou.
Stew melon bygone or eggplant.
Or eggplant.
With pork that was stewed first with honey and coconut milk.
Okay.
All we're missing is some plantain.
Yeah, boy.
Lancy loved this kind of food with plantain.
I love it.
But since I don't have plantain, I substituted with curry mango.
Curry mango?
Curry mango that was made and it's in the fridge there. It will go better with dal and rice and bodi, but Lancy didn't feel like eating that today.
No. I felt like...
Ask for melon instead.
Right. So
the way a man had is through his stomach, and also you cook what he likes.
That is true, eh?
Yes, it's important that you sometimes give him what he wants to eat, not what you feel like cooking.
Yes. Mommy, can you just slip on that light there a little, please? I think I need some light here. You know, this cataract, I don't see too well. But put on that light, let me see if we make a big difference. Oh, and then you need to, sorry to disturb you, girl. Bottom switch. Right, come pull on the light now. I want you folks to see Mama Lou in all her beauty now. That's why I've asked for the light. Mama Lou. Mama Lou she's lucky to have had the last of the Mohicans, you know.
I have all my Mohicans.
You have all your Mohicans?
Only lost 2.
You lost 2? Okay.
Yes, 3.
I will ask you who they are.
Yes, but we still have quite a large family and many 9 siblings still alive and many nieces and nephews. So far from last of the Mohican.
Far from it, huh?
Yes, happy bunch still.
Yes, man, yes. So, folks, this is going to be the preamble to the video that I did with Lennus. I hope that you will like it. I hope that you will understand where the talk about the last of the Mohican comes in. So now we are going to scalp this meal. Eat it to the last drop. So wait, we gotta say grace. So when you say your grace, quietly, then we will cut. In all, in all things, we can't leave God out of anything.
God is the key.
God is the key to everything, to every meal we get, to every awakening that we have, to every future hope we have. We put the Lord first. So I'm going to end this now.
I would like to do some shout out to Bimpy Indra, not forgetting dear Shanta and Tony, Lydia, Dale and Christy, Natasha and Panta, Mark and Richie Rich,
Mark Lewis. My folks, let me just interrupt Mama Lou here and say this. I have been looking through the comments to the videos that we've been posting, and I am so grateful to all who share the time to comment, whether it be brief, whether it be long, whether it be just, a heart.
Judy T, not forgetting Judy T, of course.
I want to say thank you in depth to everyone, to everyone. Our mission is not to pull down. Our mission is not to destroy, but to keep building. And I really appreciate from the bottom of my heart.
All, even
if
the
I could find the
subscribers.
Bottom, all the quiet. And you know something? Lyndon said that there's a woman in, I can't remember where she is. Maybe it's in Florida. Today is her birthday.
Florida.
Today it's her birthday, and I want to wish this elderly woman all the best, to have a very good birthday. I can't remember the name he told me, and folks, please don't hold it against us. It's difficult sometimes to remember all these names. It's difficult to keep up with it, but we want to really thank you for all our love. And I am glad a little while ago Lasana returned home from his little stay out with Mark and Richie, and he was very happy to return home, and we're happy to have him back. He's resting now, so my friends, take good care. And with this will be added the video that I did yesterday with Lennus. Thank you. I better go now.
Before I eat all my food.
Before I eat all our food.
And you still have his, huh?
So thank you very much, folks. All the best.
Bye.
My dear friends, here I am with my brother Lennus. We're the last 2 of 7 boys alive. My dear brother Lennus, nice to be with you and your wife Betty, who's busy in the kitchen at the moment. But my interest really is to find out from you. Actually, Lennus is 9 years older than I am, right? So this year you will be
84.
84, if all goes well. All right. So Lenny, it is a pleasure to be here. I am intrigued. I have with me here a photograph of you when you were about 17, you say?
1918.
17, 18. And this is Lennus here, handsome young man. You notice in the old Caura home there's that golden vase with artificial flowers. Lennus is leaning on a piano here, right? You ever played the piano, Lenny?
No.
Oh, that was just cosmetic then. You notice the old armchair to the right, and there's a doorway to the right also, and that's where the old man used to do the honey extraction.
Yep.
Lennus was the man who used to be on the blade, so to speak.
They
Yeah?
cut the,
You were the man who would cut the frames. Cut the frame,
combs.
the comb, actually. And he was quick on the draw. He was like, Jim Bowie. Right? And the old man would bring in the honey from the bees during the day. And we stack it up in a back room. And there might be about 36 boxes, each carrying 8 frames. And around 6 o'clock, Lennus will be there. And we start working. Lennus will be cutting, putting the frames that have been
into the extract.
into the extractor, and you spin it, you turn it, the extractor turns like a drum, bearing 4 frames, right? 2 baskets each, right? Holding 2 frames each. And as the night progressed, we used to be eating, you remember, Lenny? We would be eating comb garden.
Honeycomb, right?
Honeycomb. Then when the action would start, in the earlier years when I came on the scene, the old man will get up the next morning and the bees will be all in the yard, and he will replace those boxes back to their original site in the hive. As time went by, he found a new way. He started doing it at night because the activity was too great in the morning, and it served the purpose of doing it at night. So our dad was really a business bee man, so to speak, right? I would like to maybe get this chair. You don't mind?
Go ahead, sir.
Can I just drag it a little bit? Sorry to drag it,
Go ahead.
So Lenny, I would really like to know, I hung out with you and Cedric, who is deceased, another brother. He died while living in England. And you used to really take good care of me, you and Cedric. Wherever you went to the river, you would take me.
How you don't know about the dog?
Hmm?
You don't know about the dog.
Dog.
The same dog I'm talking about.
Raise your voice a bit, son,
The
please.
same dog I'm speaking about.
But what happened about the dog?
The dog that I used to, we trained, I felt a piece of wood in the pool.
Right.
It's going down deep, and the dog used to dive in the water and pull out, go down and pick up that wood and bring it back.
You're kidding me.
No, I ain't kidding you. If you say we used to take you, you should know that.
No, well, I remember I was a little fella then. I mean, I would not, I might have missed that. What was the name of this dog anyway?
I can't remember the name. And when I left Caura, I couldn't remember what happened to the dog.
Okay, we probably ate it.
You had Chinese up there?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah? You had Chinese up there?
No, we didn't have any domestic arrangement for mining dogs.
And the dog was such a nice dog. We go to Paradise, we coming up, right? And by Paul there, right? The dogs used to become rushing down. And this dog was so good, the dog used to lie down on the ground. And as them dogs come close to the raise up, and they take off.
Okay.
The dog was a beautiful dog.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to that dog.
You know, as you talked about the Chinese, I remember you took me to see a show called World by Night. And there were In that movie, they were trying to show the different concepts of people having meals. And there was an episode where you actually were in China and they had these dogs red for consumption, human consumption, right? But I don't know any in Trinidad of anybody in Trinidad having, minding dogs. I don't know of that culture at all. I guess it exists, but we personally don't know. But it was always like a kind of stigma we threw at the Chinese people, unfortunately. Anyway, to move on with our story, I don't know about this dog. You threw a stick and whatnot. But tell me, what was it like in Caura in the early days when the dam was going to be built?
Yes.
And they had a lot of activity on the road.
Yes, we had the bus used to be passing, go up to Caura, and used to go through, we call it First River, down inside, through the waters, and come up by Morrison up there.
Right.
And the bus can't do that again.
So you used to cross the river several times?
Yeah, several times.
Mm-hmm. I did mention that in the Ghost of Caura.
Yeah.
That was a feature then.
And then, yes, and coming down and pick us up to go to school, drop us in school by. Right?
You remember any particular characters who lived in Caura in those days?
Well, it was Gonzalez and them, and the sister. Well, I can't remember what the sister name.
Uh-huh.
Right, and then Mr. Kerry. Right.
The bus service, was it a reliable service in those days?
It was. I don't know if Miss Georgie. I don't know if Georgie was owner of the bus. I think he might have been the owner of the bus.
Right.
It wasn't connected with the Chunapuna people, I'd say.
But the bus terminus was by the where you have that gas station now.
Yes.
Yes.
They took off after Mr. Payne was doing that. That's long after they took over.
Right. And then what would it have cost to travel on a bus in those days to get up to Caura?
Nothing, 5 cents, whatever.
5 cents? Yeah, boy.
Yeah, it was no big set of money. But it was the adventure thing to see, go down, go through the river, this one,
Yes.
It was nice.
Right.
And when the new fellows came like Payne, who were driving the buses, what the Indian people used to have them, they used to run the bus company. Anyway, and they used to run the bus company. They had Hong.
Yes.
Was always a drunkard. All right. That drunkard was something else, but he was a nice person. Hong. His sister, I can't remember what his sister was like again. Right.
But the population then in Caura wasn't very big.
Wasn't big. No, it wasn't a big. They had the Charles people.
Yes.
They have Raymond, father, what is it called?
Mr. Callis.
Mr. Callis.
Yes.
Right.
In the Ghost of Caura, I featured the Callis brothers as a cricketing team. Did I give you all a book called The Ghost of Caura? Did I not give you that?
I think so. Okay.
Well, if you would have read it, which I'm sure you didn't.
Callis. We used to have a cricket match here,
Yes.
When you dive into the bucket of water,
Yes.
spoil everything, honey water.
Well, I fell in it. I didn't dive. I fell in.
Well, imagine we about to play a cricket match against Caura side, right? Don't watch me. I don't tell you. Because you're going to play the cricket match. No, and we start to play against them.
Yes.
Mr. Man go and dive into the bucket of honey water.
You're talking about me, right?
Yes, you, Lancelot Batiste. Right? And spoil the whole match. The match over. Like if it rained, Paul had a washout play, but he washed out the play.
But you know something? I remember the incident,
You remember it?
Yes, I fell into this bucket. You say I dove into it. But I must have dove into it really because I bled from my nose, and mother came and she
No,
helped
I
me.
feel you wanted the honey water.
But it was almost finished.
No, it wasn't finished. It was full. It was a full bucket.
A full bucket.
That's why you get away.
Okay, I always thought it was almost empty.
No, we didn't. We did not start any match. How we go play?
So you all were playing this match against whom?
The Caura side.
A Caura side.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
But the hospital, huh?
Just for the people fun.
I did.
Yes,
The
it spoiled it. I don't know what he was looking down in the bucket for. What he wanted it.
I thought it was Perrine pool. I thought it was Perrine.
Yeah, no, man. Last year, you spoil the thing, man.
You used to enjoy going to Perrine, right?
Oh, yes.
What was the best part of Perrine? You know that we consider that the best pool in
The
Caura
best
River.
part of the pairing is my brother Cedric when he used to go up on top of the thing and dive into the water.
Clean, eh?
Clean.
But you were
But you
fast.
had to make sure that the place is perfect. You know, you had no bamboo or anything there. Because he can't put a dive and bamboo.
Talking about that, I remember going down to the river with you fellas when there was a flood afterwards, and the water would be bank to bank, leveler, and the water would be flowing fast. But we used to enjoy that, you know.
Yeah.
I went to Perrine already when the river had flooded and the water was high. We used to say that Perrine was about 18 feet deep at its best time. Eh? Would you agree, Roland? It was very deep.
It was deep. But let's say, I say about 15 feet. I don't know, 18, 15 feet.
Yeah.
Pairing, we used to swim from the bottom there, cross the little thing and go up higher again because they had a little pool higher up,
Yes, boy.
you know, and it was a good swim,
Yes.
you know.
It was a very good swim. Longer than an Olympic pool.
Yes.
You could swim in the boat from Perrine to the other pool up
We had a
above.
pool up there. Right.
So what was Tuna Puna like compared to today? Would you see much difference? You
Yeah,
go
Tuna
often?
Puna is much different to what we went to. Because the buildings have been changed. Look at for instance, the church, the RC church there, was a big church built straight, so, right? Right? And the school. The school was there, the girls' school was on the other side, so the presbytery was down so, right? I think where they are now still. And but they changed because hello. They changed because the church now is a big church now. It was built by Father, what is O'Loughlin?
Which one? You mean you're talking about the old
The new
church?
one, the new one. O'Loughlin take over and build that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. But you got married in the old one.
I got married in the old one.
Yes.
The straight one.
And that structure,
Old structure.
yeah, we'll get around to the structures. But the original entrance kind of remained. Eh?
Yes.
Right. So what else do you notice about Tuna Puna that has changed over the years?
That business place is now different. Look at, for instance, Fairley Street, where Rona used to live. That one. They have there's a building now underneath.
Okay.
I building.
Vision.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And
But that Chinese shop there,
Chinese shop,
it remains, it's closed, but it's there.
that wasn't there before.
That wasn't there before.
The more things wasn't there before. No.
But talking about Fairley Street, Lenny, you went to school, secondary school, up on Fairley Street.
Upper Fairley Street, yeah.
It was Catholic, right?
Yeah, but it's run by the church, yeah.
What was it like then?
It was nice. It was nice. And then we used to cut through the side and go and come through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come out on Lashley Street.
Yeah, that is where my girl, Anne-Marie, saw me and said, I like that man.
And she did?
I like that boy.
You're
Kenneth
kidding.
Bernice and Barbara. I like that boy. So they started laughing. They say, so she asked them, where are you laughing at? That is my brother. But tell him I love him.
Okay.
And that's how it started,
Okay.
right?
So then you move. In your working days, you went to Port of Spain. You traveled by train in those days? You would have traveled by train in those days?
I travel by train sometimes, not all the time.
What was it like on the train?
Train was good because it's 7 o'clock. The train used to be coming down, and then I'd pick you up by Picton Hill, Picton Street there, you know,
Yes.
Picton Halt,
Yes.
and it goes straight down. It's a direct from there, straight to town.
Uh-huh.
It don't stop it. So you could reach down in time.
And what would the fare would have been like?
I can't remember 10 cents or whatever. You know.
I remember going on the train and Cedric took me to St. Joseph, and we picked up a train that was going all the way south, and we ended up in Rio Claro.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting. I was very small, but he
Yes.
wanted to make this run, you see.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. I was glad that I had a little experience with the train.
Yeah.
So when you went into Port of Spain now, you worked at Miller's stores.
Yeah, I work at Miller's.
What was it like at Miller's?
It's good. Well, at first, I went to more or less work at, like I started like in August. Christmas time was nice working in Miller because working late and hearing all the music, Christmas music. It was nice. It was real nice.
Port of Spain didn't have a sense of crime and
No crime. People weren't even thinking about that things. You gotta walk the streets freely, man. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about.
And what about police presence in those days?
They didn't have, police. Police used to have the, so they may have made it, maybe they passed, but you know.
Yes, but because the crime was
They had no
negligible.
crime.
Yeah.
It was nice. That was they're talking about in 20 years I worked there. 1960.
1960.
I did 60, yeah. 20 years. I was 20 then. Yeah.
And in 63 we had Flora, the Hurricane Flora passed.
Yes.
I remember hustling from school, coming down to Miller's stores. In those days you could park in, it was Marine Square.
Did you come home with us?
Yes, I did.
Anne-Marie come home with us too. And I drop Anne-Marie home.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
That was a time, everybody had a flee Port of Spain.
Yes, but they didn't have no kind of crime and nothing at all like that.
Right.
Today, everybody getting killed.
What about the Port of Spain horse racing? I remember.
Oh, that was nice. Horse racing in Port of Spain was very good. That was the heart of the racing season. I love Port of Spain. They used to call that the headquarters.
Yes, boy. People from all around surrounding areas coming down there.
And you remember when somebody picked mother purse?
No, I didn't. Let me hear about it now.
Somebody on George Street picked mother purse, and I was running down the fella too, you know.
Who, you?
Yes. And something happened, and I stopped running because he was running faster than me, and he dived into some corner. And I said, "Me ain't going there." Right?
I can't hold this camera steady. So you were running, and then you said he was running faster than you, and then he dove into some alleyway or something.
Yeah.
You know? But it's a good thing, Lennus, you might not be here to talk about this.
Mother lost some money.
You might have been the only crime statistic in that day.
Maybe. I doubt it that way because they didn't have to shooting or anything in that place.
So you ever used to go through Woodford Square? That would have been a major.
Oh yes.
Woodford Square would have been a major area.
Yeah, that's
The People's National
Parliament.
Movement had its
Parliament.
launching, you could say, in Woodford Square. But you would have been following politics in those days at all?
No, we follow politics.
Okay, you didn't care for politics, really. Then tell me something. You branched off a little afterwards into your own business.
No,
What did-
no. I went to Tobago, you know.
Oh, that's the part. I ended up there holidaying with you and Anne-Marie
Yeah.
in Tobago.
Yeah.
Yes. That was good. How you landed that job in Tobago now?
They sent me, Mr. Black and them sent me to Tobago to work. And I was the assistant manager of Miller Stores in Tobago,
Uh-huh.
right? So during the time I heard that Miller's was selling out, and I decided, well, let me write. I saw a job on the papers, a hardware salesman. I said, let me write it up and get it. So I wrote it, and they answered me, though Mr. Caura didn't want me to know. He kept it away from me. And boy, I blazed him.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I blazed him, and I called Mr. Hull Jones, and I told them I will come down, but the thing is, if only will pay the money for me to come and come back too, and they agreed.
Okay.
So they paid the transport for me. They sent the ticket, and I went to them, do whatever they had to do, and then I came back home.
Okay.
And in August, I started working with Hull Jones.
Hull Jones. What did Hull Jones do as a business?
Hull Jones used to sell nuts, wholesale, electrical appliances, wholesale. I was in the electrical department.
And Lennus, excuse me, Hull Jones was situated right next to that famous house where,
George Chambers used to come and eat his lunch there,
that's right.
right?
And yes, he used to come and have his lunch there.
Right there.
Right. That's
I passed
it.
through by the building there and go through to Colonial.
So you had seen George Chambers
Oh,
in those
yes, I
days,
used to talk to him,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. So then you came back and you did your Hull Jones work.
I was working with Hull Jones, and while working with Hull Jones, I realized we were being cheated. They were giving us 1% commission. And I say, think working for 10% or 5%, and I get in 1%. Now that can't work. So I decided I could start pick from them how they do their letters, and I started doing my letters. And I get to write to Taiwan, and I get films from Taiwan that I was working, right? During those days. And I used to sell. Although I was with Hull Jones, the boilers and them never used to tell them what I was doing. They tell the bosses. And I used to sell
Yes.
and make a little money on the side,
Yes.
right? And then, eventually everything phased out when the ECO came in. You know the ECO,
Yes.
right? And it cut all the business down.
Right.
So that was it. I
What?
just- Yeah, go ahead.
What about dress styles?
Who?
Sorry. What about dress styles? Pants lengths and different things. What was the style in those days?
Then you had to wear tie to work. And then we realized that it was so hot. We told them that we cannot wear ties anymore, right? And all our customers used to be having jerseys and
Right.
everything. But we ain't going to go jerseys because we work with our shirts.
Right.
And then they said, all right, okay, all they do that.
And bell-bottom pants in those days?
Yeah, well, yes, but we didn't used to.
Or Tyrolean?
They didn't used to wear too much bell-bottom pants.
What was it like then?
Bell-bottom pants were nice pants, but still, they didn't used to wear too much bell-bottom.
Yes.
Working was good.
Very nice. So sometimes you think back on
And
these
then,
days.
and then Mr. Batiste, they closed down the thing where he was working. And he was home doing nothing.
That's our dad.
Yeah, yes. Our dad.
Our dad, right.
Our dad.
Our dad, yes.
Doing nothing. And I decided these people wanted a man who handles stocks downstairs.
Right.
So I decided, I asked them if I could go and let my father come and work here. They say, yeah, bring him, because Mr. Hull knew Daddy,
Yes.
right? And he said, bring him, because he liked the old man too. So when I get tell the dad, come for the interview with Mr. Hull. And he came and he got the job and he was okay. I think he worked for 5 years.
That was good. That was good. Imagine the son getting a job for the father now.
Yeah, and the father got a job for the son.
And the father got a job for the son. That's good. That's good.
You know?
And your days in Miller's in the hardware department, you enjoy those days? You had fellas like Joseph and Mr. Wade and whatnot.
Yes, all of them.
Oh, yes.
But I was asked to work on a ship too.
Okay. That's
And
right.
I went
That's
down.
right.
I went down to the what do you call it? They call it place down there?
Where is it?
Shagaramas.
Shagaramas?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I get on the boat and I was thinking, and I said, this job ain't for me now. I going back to work in Miller's.
What you didn't like about the boat? What was it going to be like? I mean,
well, it was working on the boat, yes, and these people on the boat, I didn't like them because they weren't speaking English,
okay.
right? And I tell them I can't make this. I'm sorry.
Your roots were too much on the land.
Yes. So I come back now. I get my taxi and I cannot come home. And that's what is. And I think I went back next day. I tell me, Miller's. I went back to work in Miller's.
Okay.
Right?
Yes. Miller's was quite a fanciful store, eh? You had the hardware department on Henry Street.
Yes.
Then you had the shoe department.
Yeah.
And then you branched off into different areas.
Yes,
You had
haberdashery and all
haberdashery,
kind of,
clothing, whatnot.
clothing, everything. Then upstairs used to be the furniture department.
Yeah.
And then they opened a dress shop upstairs too,
Yes.
right?
I used to be intrigued by the old elevators they had in Miller's. Eh? You know, your clang and all these gates. And even in the restroom,
Yes.
they had these funny little tanks that when you pull it, a little kind of silver thing, you know, the water comes flushing down. Peculiar things, eh? Compared to nowadays where you have flush plumbing. It's fantastic, boy. Yeah. Well, Lenny, I want to thank you very much.
Those were the old days.
Good old days. Woolworth was there. Glendonins.
I used to sell the fellas in Woolworth. A fella called Pat Walsh. That was my good partner. Englishman, yes. Very nice fella. He went down to Westmall to work. He was the manager down there. Pat was a beauty of a fella, but he think he's dead now.
Yes. Well, anyway, I thank you. Like I said in the beginning, we are what you would call the last of the Mohicans, right?
Mohicans.
And I'm just going to flip this camera a little bit so me and you are going to kind of come out a little bit, if possible. We are the last of the Mohicans. The Mohicans was a story by James Fenimore Cooper. Detailed something in the Indian Wars, in the French and the Indian Wars in America. A lot of action with Davy Crockett and these guys. So Lennus and I, we are the last of the Mohicans among the Batiste boys.
Yes.
So my boy, thank you a lot.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good for you, man.